Welcome everyone to another episode of How to Make Money in Stocks with Investors Business Daily. This week, we're going to talk about how to build a list of the top international stocks, as well as talk about where some of the best IPOs have come from in recent years.
And I'm on the road again, so Matt's going to take a quick look at the market.
The market remains in an uptrend, but it's not yet clear if it will provide the kind of strong tailwind that's needed to push quality growth stocks to new heights. The Nasdaq added another gain this week, but note how it's bumping its head against the 10-week line. So see if that clears that benchmark this week. The S&P 500 closed above the 10-week line, but like the Nasdaq, note how that benchmark is still below the 40-week moving average. And keep an eye on the volume. Trading rose this week, but look for even heavier volume to kick in on up days and weeks to show increasing enthusiasm among large investors. There were a few very solid breakouts this week, including from Domino's Pizza. It rose 19% and closed right at the top of its price range, and that came on volume that was 179% above average. Texas Roadhouse also soared past a buy point, ending the week almost 15% higher on volume 192% above average. But there are several examples of recent breakouts that may end up stumbling or stalling. Tal Education, which we'll come back to again later in the show, tried to break out earlier this month, retreated, found support, and then cleared the buy point again, and then gave back the bulk of this week's gains. Store Capital tested its buy point multiple times in January, then jumped out to a nice gain until this week, when it reversed sharply after reporting earnings. And volume rose sharply, 172% above average. Now, Store did, however, manage to find support, at least so far, at its 10-week line. So as you're looking at stocks like Smith & Wesson, Vantiv, Ellie Mae, and other IBD 50 stocks that are setting up or have recently broke out, remember that we're not out of the woods just yet. You do want to test the waters when a quality stock breaks out on good volume, but you also want to stay disciplined if the trade goes against you. So whether it's China, Russia, Brazil, or other countries and regions, there are times when you want to take advantage of certain economic trends and invest in foreign stocks. So today, we're going to talk about one way to do that.
Now, this is a great section in the paper called Global Leaders that covers these stocks. We look for the same CAN-SLIM traits as in U.S. companies. So great earnings and sales and a product that are in big demand. This is what we're looking for always. Trading on different exchanges can be challenging, but the names we will discuss trade on the U.S. stock market.
Now, investing in foreign stocks that trade in the U.S. is for most people the best route to do this. The companies have to meet U.S. reporting requirements, so that gives you a level of transparency that you might not otherwise have, and you can buy and sell them just like any other stock traded in the U.S.
So what's interesting to see is what products or services are in demand from different countries. Now, there are a couple of Chinese names on this list. Michael Kors out of Hong Kong makes the list. We have Ryanair from Ireland, we have Genpact from Bermuda, and we have Mellanox, which is based in Israel.
Now, as Amy mentioned, regardless of where the company is based or what it does or where it does the bulk of its business, you're still looking for the same basic traits. A well-run company with strong earnings and revenue growth driven by a popular product, and you want to see clear signs of support among fund managers.
And a quick glance at the composite rating for these companies shows that they are all 91 or higher. Now that number, remember, the composite rating combines earnings, sales, return on equity, and relative price strength. So we put all of our CAN-SLIM filters together to find the very best performing international companies. And what's also great about the list is there's a short description to tell you what each company does.
Right. Now, Michael Kors is one example from the list. It's based in Hong Kong, but the namesake designer, Michael Kors, is American, and the majority of the company's stores are in the United States.
Now, Michael Kors is known for their luxury handbags, their stylish watches, shoes, accessories such as jewelry, wallets, sunglasses. They have perfume, belts, and scarves, even keychains. But its IPO debut, it made a very successful IPO debut because Michael Kors was already known. It had luxury boutiques. They sold it and also sold at Macy's. And Michael Kors was also well known from the TV show Project Runway.
Now, the stock had its IPO in 2011. It made a couple of big moves with some bumps along the way, but then it went into a long decline starting in the summer of 2014. But now it seems to be showing signs, or definitely is showing signs, of a potential rebound in the chart and also in its earnings.
And take a look at the volume that went into Michael Kors after it reported. Volume swelled to 28 million as the stock vaulted 24%. The day following the earnings report, Michael Kors rose another 3% on 11 million in volume. Now that just shows the professional buying that was coming into the stock.
Definitely does. Now, Tal Education is another China-based stock that has seen a lot of institutional buying recently. It was up 10 of 11 weeks starting in October, and that was accompanied by several instances of heavy volume. Now, although it pulled back in December, it found support at the 10-week line and rebounded.
Now, it formed a 6-week cup-shaped base, and it broke out on above-average volume. And this company, as Matt said, is China-based and has 300 learning centers in 19 cities. The composite rating is a 99, which is the highest possible.
So that's a quick look at how you can use the global leaders list to find some top international stocks.
And this list is in the paper and on investors.com under Stock Lists Daily. The global leaders can help you build your watch list as well as see what countries companies are coming from that they're outperforming in the current market.
How would you like an edge that helps you pick winning stocks faster? An edge that is proven to outperform the S&P 500 by 76% since inception, and that you can take advantage of today without spending a dime. More on that in a minute. Each day, our top market team at Investors Business Daily scans our proprietary stock lists and screens to find superior stocks with the most potential for big gains. They analyze these stocks every step of the way to show you basis, buy points, sell signals, and the right time to take profits. It's about as close to hold your hand investing as you can get. Introducing Leaderboard by Investors Business Daily. For a limited time, you can try all of the premium features Leaderboard has to offer for a full 14 days at absolutely no cost to you. You'll receive unlimited access to all of the time-saving research, powerful investing tools, the leaders list, cut list, and expert analysis you need to develop a winning investing strategy. And it's all 100% free for your first 14 days.
We're going to talk about IPOs today and what state has produced the hottest and the most successful names. So we have Investors Corner. This is a great article. It's written by Scott Stoddard, and it shows the top 10 IPOs from the Golden State, and what a list it is, Matt. Right. We have Facebook, Alphabet, Visa, Netflix, Tesla, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Palo Alto all began in California.
But California isn't the only state that produces a solid number of IPOs. As Paul Whitfield noted in another Investors Corner article, the Lone Star State has also had its share. And by the way, you can read both of these articles on our website. Now, among the 692 IPOs over the last 5 years, Texas accounted for 92 of them, including restaurants like Chuy's, Dave & Buster's, and Zoe's, and home builder LGI Homes.
Now, about half of the Texas IPOs were in the energy sector. Now, we all know that oil companies have been hurting, but the two stocks that did well before that sector crumbled were Sanchez Energy and Diamondback Energy. Now, Sanchez had gains of 25% and 18% before pulling down with the sector. Diamondback saw gains of 28%, 63%, and 59% before turning south.
Right, so it's all about timing that run at the right way. Now, of course, IPOs come from more than just Texas and California. Pennsylvania, Illinois, Massachusetts, Arizona, and other states also contribute. Now, going back to late 2003, Minnesota-based Buffalo Wild Wings had its IPO, and I remember looking into this stock in 2004 when it still had not yet branched out into bigger states like California and Texas. Now, especially for restaurants and retailers, getting to know their expansion plans with a new IPO and how much unsaturated territory they still have left is a key metric to watch.
Now, they had a concept that was very popular and in many ways simplistic. You've got chicken wings, then you have a bunch of dips. You have lemon pepper, teriyaki, bourbon, honey mustard, Thai curry. I'm getting hungry, Matt. Mango habanero, Caribbean jerk, and Asian zing, just to name a few. And then Put in there a couple of brews and you can watch your favorite game on a large screen TV. And this concept had a wide appeal among sports fans.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
obvious.
easy. It's
That's
food.
right.
Yeah.
Now, Buffalo Wild Wings stock has made some good runs over the years, and maybe Dave & Buster's and Chuy's and others can bounce back and have that same kind of success.
Now, you can stay on top of potential hot IPOs by taking a look at the IPO leaders and the analysis that comes with that. That comes out twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And take a look at the mini charts that go underneath the articles for stocks that are potentially setting up. I will be in Orlando for a Level 2 workshop next week, so be sure to come out and see us.
And you can get all the details on that, as well as read the Investors Corner articles that we mentioned earlier in the show, and get show notes at investors.com/investingshow.
Okay, see you next week, everybody.